get started seated and sitting on the edge of your blanket. So holding the blanket up with feet together, wide-legged diamond pose. And just sort of roll those shoulders a little bit, loosening up the shoulders, and let me know if the windows are too much on anybody. And once you kind of feel settled, bring your hands together in prayer position. Thumbs pressing against the sternum, the breastbone. Drop your hand. Tuning into the breath. Breath without effort. Finding your rhythm of breath. And then deepen the breath. Taking a nice, slow, steady breath in. And slow, steady breath out. Slow, steady breath in. Slow, steady breath out. And again, going at your own pace, your own rhythm. Breathing in, lengthening the breath out to match the length of your inhalation. 3 more rounds, please, here. If you care to add ujjayi breath, ocean breath, constricting the throat, breathing in and out. Returning a typical breath. Head centered above heart, heart above navel. Scanning the body. Where can you invite softness? Where can you invite some releasing, some letting go? Is it in the jaw or the eyebrows, neck or shoulders, lower back, hips? Imagine sending some breath there, inviting space. Inviting space. And as you inhale, eyes float open, taking in the room. Hands come to the knees for Sufi swirls. So taking some circles of the torso in one direction. And as you circle back, engage that the abdominals, drawing navel to spine. Inhale, circling back. Exhale, circling forward and around. Slowing it down so that you can match rhythm of the breath with movement of the body. Inhaling back, exhaling forward and round. Inhale back, exhale forward and round. And next time you circle back, pause and reverse this. Inhale back, exhale forward. Taking 2 more circles in this direction. And then pause. Pause sitting up tall, using your abdominals to support you. Side muscles drawing towards the center line of the body, navel to spine. We'll take some seated cat and cow with our legs in this position. So holding on to the knees, we inhale, navel, chest forward, shoulders roll back. Exhale, tuck it around. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale. The next time you inhale forward, pause here, really rolling those shoulders back, looking to where wall meets. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine with navel to spine, tuck the chin, pause here. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Begin to circle your head. Circling the head in one direction. Keep the circles small if your neck is particularly tight. Maybe eventually you go a little bigger with the circles. Maybe you eventually make some nice size circles here. But again, paying attention to how it feels for the neck and not pushing or forcing. Knowing that any mindful movement is beneficial. And then reverse the circle. And one more time, we circle the neck around. And sit up nice and tall. Shoulders roll up, back and down. Left hand comes to the mat. As we sweep right arm up and over. Keep that palm facing forward. Small circles with the chin. And reverse those circles. Rolling that shoulder back a little bit. Maybe you deepen into the stretch, the side stretch, by shifting that hand a little farther away from you. Keeping the right glute grounded. And then inhale, sweep up. Find the mat. Other arm sweeps up again. Palm faces out. We roll the shoulder up, back, and down. Small circles with the chin in one direction. And then the other. And sweep up and back, shifting off your blanket, off whatever it is you may be sitting on. Feet nice and wide. Taking some left and right with the knees. Inhale up to center, exhale to one side. Inhale up to center, exhale to the other side. Next time knees come up and over to the left, pause. And then reach that right hip, right shoulder back. Inhale up to center, knees fall over to the right. And we kind of reach that left hip back as we roll left shoulder back. And back up to center. Take a few more left and right with the knees. And then come onto our backs. Coming onto your back with feet nice and wide. Arms come up to cactus. So with feet wide, knees may touch or then they just fall towards one another. The back of the hands don't touch the floor. You can put your pillow or blanket above the head so that the back of the hands can rest there. Otherwise, we've got backs of the hands resting on the floor. Inhale, draw those shoulder blades a little closer together beneath. Exhale, draw palms, elbows, forearms towards you. Inhale, open. Exhale. Draw those palms, forearms towards you. Inhale, open. And exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. One more time. We inhale, open. And exhale. Inhale, open, resting cactus arms on the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, sweep your hands up. And then fingertips touch the floor. So we're hinging the arms, the hands forward. Inhale, we sweep up. Exhale, back. So the hands rest on the ground again. Inhale, up. Fingertips find the floor, hinging forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. And the hands touch. So moving the arms mindfully, gently. Feeling how it is to move that upper arm bone in that shoulder socket. One more time. We hinge forward and back again. Feet come to hip distance apart. Hands float up behind the head. Elbows wide. Elbows wide, we keep our gaze directly up at the ceiling as we inhale, navel to spine, lift head and shoulders off the mat. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, engage those abdominals, head and shoulders off the mat, gaze directly up and lower. Inhale, see if your head can be heavy in the hands, isolating the abdominals, and lower. Inhale up, this time reach your right shoulder to the left. Back to center and lower. Inhale, head and shoulders off the mat. Left shoulder reaches to the right. Back to center and lower. So with control, moving slowly, really engaging those abdominals. We lift up. Left shoulder reaches right. Back to center and lower. Lifting up, right shoulder reaches left, back to center and lower. One more time, other side. And pause. Pause and extend arms overhead, legs long if you like. Nice stretch for the abdominals. And let's circle the wrists in one direction, the ankles in one direction. And then reverse that circle. Hugging knees to chest. Gentle rock left and right to massage lower back. Back through center, hands come beside you, knees stack above hips. Lift those feet. So knees are stacked above hips, feet are lifted. And as you slowly extend left leg, right arm sweeps up and over. Left heel floats a few inches off the mat. Come back to stack left knee over hip, right arm alongside thigh. Inhale, extend the right leg long as you do, left arm sweeps up and over. That heel floats above the mat, and then we come back to that starting position. Inhale, extend left leg long, right arm sweeps up and over. And we come back. Inhale, right leg extends long, point that toe. Left arm sweeps up and over. And come back. So we're alternating, moving slowly. Isolating abdominals by inhaling, navel to spine, and exhale, we come back. One more time, either side. And hug knees to chest. And holding on to the knees, we inhale those knees out and around. Exhale, draw them towards you. So stirring the thigh bone and the hip socket. Inviting some more release through the hips. And next time you open those knees wide, keep the knees open wide. And reach the tailbone down towards the mat. Notice how lower back lifts a little bit off the mat. Breathing here, knowing you're safe right here, right now, to open. And then knees come together, hug knees to chest one more time. And when you're ready, roll to one side and press up. Come to tabletop position. And when you find your tabletop position with hips over knees, hands underneath shoulders or just in front of shoulders. We'll inhale, tilt the tailbone, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, tuck and wrap. Inhale, tilt the tailbone, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, tuck and wrap. This time as you inhale, tilt the tailbone, look to the top of the mat. Bring some movement into your cow pose. Swishing your tail. Imagine a sunny, warm day out in the field. Swishing that tail. And as you come back to center, tuck the tailbone around the spine, let your chin tuck towards chest, and again, gentle movement, maybe a little rock left, back and forward. And then come to neutral spine in your tabletop position. Extend left leg long, curl those toes under. Take a gentle press through the heel. Tuning into the calf muscles. Stay here with this stretch here, or do a little pulse back and forth. And come back to stillness. Lift that left leg. As high as your hip. Let the heel fall out to the left. Navel to spine, sweep the right arm out for sunbird, palm faces in. We gaze down at our mat with a long neck, navel to spine. This is also a balanced pose. So use your abdominals to support you. Stay here in stillness or draw knee and elbow towards one another and then extend. Navel to spine, knee and elbow draw towards one another and then we extend. Again. And again. And coming to your fullest expression of sunbird, head lengthening away from tailbone. Right hand comes to the mat, left knee comes to the mat. Take a breath in and exhale. Hips pressed back. Child's. Arms can be extended, hands walking away. Or arms can be alongside, letting the shoulders be soft. Breathing here. And then hands come up, finding your table again. And we extend the right leg long, toes curl under. Take a gentle press through the heel. Stay here. Imagine sending breath to right calf muscles, or do a little pulsing back and forth. Gentle pulse. And then lift that right leg. Level with the hip. Right heel falls out to the side. With navel to spine, we sweep left. Palm faces in. We're gazing down at our mat. Lengthening head away from tailbone. Stay here, working with your sunbird or elbow to knee, and extend. And extend, moving slowly with control. And then again, coming into this full expression of sunbird, leg extended, arm extended, head lengthening away from tail. Left hand comes to the mat, right knee comes to the mat. You can move right into child's pose or curl your toes under. Hips lift up and back, pedaling feet and down dog. So either staying in tabletop or moving right into child's pose. Or working with your down dog, hips up and back, chest reaching towards thighs, pedaling with heels. And then we all come down with knees wide, big toes touch. And exhale back, hips back towards. Imagine sending breath up and down the spine. One more breath here. And then lifting up. Lifting up, keep those knees wide, big toes touching. Left hand comes underneath the face with a reverse thread the needle. So right hand, the fingertips trace up that left arm across the chest, and we open up. A little bit of a twist. Breathing here. Right hand comes down, replaces left just beneath the face. Trace a line up that right arm with the fingertips of the left hand, across the chest to the shoulder, and then we open up to the left. And breathe. And then left hand comes down onto the mat. Knees come parallel. Toes curl under, either lifting up through down dog or walk hands to the knees. Hips lift up. We all end up in a forward fold. So if you're in down dog, stepping with feet forward. And we're here with knees bent. Head heavy. One heel and drop. Other heel lifts and drops. Lifting one heel and then the other. Both heels land on the mat, head heavy. Sweep your left hand up to the top of the right arm and then the right, so you can rest your forehead on forearms. Breathing here. Hands come onto the mat. We trace line up the tops of the feet, up the front of the shins to the thighs. And then we lengthen, hugging elbows towards rib cage, lengthening here. Pushing into the feet. Inhale, we sweep arms out and up. Imagine holding a big beach ball between the hands with those shoulders drop. Inhale, we lift through the heart. Exhale, hips press right, arms sweep left. Inhale up to center. Exhale, hips press left, arms press right. Back to center, palms come together. And we pause. Pausing here in our mountain pose. Legs are engaged. Abdominals engaged. We're broad through the shoulders, collarbones, taking a soft gaze straight ahead. And then make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms sweep out and up, getting some length out of the hips. Imagine reaching up towards the ceiling. See, you feel that along the side body. And then we're going to rain it down. Yep, we could still use a little bit more rain. Rain it down. Fingertips flying the mat. Forward. Take a nice deep bend in that left knee as right leg moves towards straight. We'll come back with a gentle bend in both knees. And then deep bend in that right knee. Left leg moves towards straight, feeling that in the back of the leg. And then both knees gently bend. Hands come to either side of the feet. Step one foot back and then the other. You can lower down to modified plank. Knees on the mat, toes lifted. Weight of the body shifts forward, so we're supported by arms and wrists. Or you can be in a full plank, toes curled under, slight lift of the hips. Wherever you are, weighted body shifts forward, elbows are close to the rib cage. We lower down. Setting up for cobra. So lift one leg up, reach it away, other leg lifts up, reach away. Fingertips should be lining up with the shoulders. Hug those elbows to rib cage. Pubic bone presses down as we inhale, lift up, baby cobra. You're going to strengthen those muscles along the spine a little more. Float those hands. Keep the navel drawing to spine. And palms come down if they're floated. Lift up and back to child's. One more breath in and out here. And then lift your head. Tabletop position, come up through down dog or toes curl under, walk hands close to you, hips lift up. Forward fold. We all end up in a forward. Breathing here. Trace a line up the front of the legs, pausing at the thighs. And then length, hugging those elbows. Pushing into the feet, sweep. Palms come together and release. And making your way to the top of the mat or to a wall, if that's helpful for a balance posture. So we'll work with Heron. Weight of the body in the left leg, right toe balances. Find your drishti, your focal point, the wall, the carpet in front of you, with broad shoulders and abdominals engaged. Inhale, elbows float up, wrists are soft. Keep that navel engaged. Inhale, you have the option of lifting the knee. It doesn't have to be a big lift. Touch down as you need to. If you find that you do touch down, don't automatically go back to lift up. Engage navel to spine, gaze at your drishti, then try lifting again. Maybe you lift a little higher, and then we land and pause. Breathing. And hands come down. We shift the weight of the body into the right leg, left toe balances. Inhale, float those elbows up. Remember, we've got navel engaged. Finding your drishti, stay here. Or lift them. Option of lifting a little higher and then landing, and we all pause here. All right, come back to the top of your mat. We'll inhale up. Bring it down, knees bend, forward fold. A big step back with the right foot to the center of the mat. And then we're going to sweep that right arm up, lifting up, finding our warrior two. So left knee supported by ankle, arms level with shoulders, front heel intersecting arch of the back foot. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Maybe a gentle drawing back of the pinkies. Gazing over front middle finger. Pull the palms together as front leg moves towards straight. Then we sweep back. Pull those palms together and sweep back. Palms together. And we sweep back. And then rest front elbow on front thigh. Right hand comes to shoulder, circle the elbow up, back, and around. Or you can have the full arm circling. You're circling the elbow. Reach that elbow down towards hip, making some space in the neck. And then elbow points forward and up along ear. Stay here or extend the arm. Sweep that right arm up, we come out of our side angle. Right foot comes up to knee length. We sweep arms out and up. And inhale, sweeping up, bring it down, knees bend forward. Let your head be heavy. Take a breath. Hands come on either side of the feet. Take a big step back with the left foot to the center of your mat. Using the strength of the legs, draw up from the pelvis as you reach that left arm up. Sweep it up and back, finding warrior two on this side. Remember the prompts that are most useful to you, maybe a slight tuck to the tailbone. Drawing those pinkies back as you gaze over the back arm is a level with shoulder, and then return your gaze. Gazing over front and how's that knee doing? We want that right knee tracking towards right knee. Palms sweep together and then back. Palms sweep together, leg moves towards straight, and then we come back with that knee bend. One more time. We find our warrior two again, and then drop that front elbow onto front thigh, either sweeping that left arm up, back, and around, or a hand on shoulder, circling elbow back. And then as you circle that elbow up, back, and down, reach the elbow towards hip. And then point it forward and up along the ear. Stay here or extend the arm. Pushing into your feet, we sweep up and back, coming out of our side angle. Toes point to the long side of your mat. A little sway of the hips, left and right. Left and right the hips. And then pushing off one foot, we come to the top of the mat. And sweep up. Heart reaches forward, knees bend. One foot steps back, we come to the knee and the other. Swing your feet around. And we come to sit with legs extended out in front of us. Hands beside us. Circle those ankles. And then reverse that. Point, flex the feet. And then placing right ankle on left thigh just above the knee. Slide that left foot onto the ground. Now it doesn't have to be close if this is intense. You can move that foot away from you a little bit and focus on reaching the right knee away. On a deeper experience, you move that foot a little closer and focus on reaching the right knee away. You may be feeling this in your right glute. Opening that knee away to intensify the stretch, or moving the heel even closer to intensify the stretch. It's a version of reclined pigeon. Go left and right here, easing into it. And back, Sit up tall, maybe chest reaches forward a little to intensify in a different way. Another breath here. And extend that right leg long, placing foot outside the thigh. We sit up tall, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hook your left elbow around the knee. And with that right hand, trace a line at the level of the shoulder. And then fingertips come close to you. So if you're back here, you're going to lean. We want a nice long spine. So fingertips close to the body, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll your right shoulder back. Maybe look over right shoulder next time you exhale. Inhale, leg. Exhale, come back to center. Lift that foot up and then hug right in the chest, setting up. And extend back. Hands come beside you, placing left ankle on the right thigh just above the knee. And then slide your foot onto the ground. Little left and right. And then maybe you slide foot a little closer to you as you focus on reaching left knee away. We lift up tall, reaching left knee away. Maybe you come a little closer. You do a little left and right. And then pause and move. Extend your right leg, foot comes outside the thigh on the floor. Sit up tall, we inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turning left, hook right arm around. Left knee, left hand, sweeps around, comes close to you, fingertips press, you get some length. Inhale. Exhale, rolling left shoulder back. Inhale, lengthen, maybe look over. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, come back to center. Lift that foot up, place it on the ground inside the thigh, and then hug left knee towards you. All right. Swing your feet around. We're going to come into dragon pose. So if you like a blanket for the knees, set that up with 2 blocks on the left side of your mat. 2 blocks. Let's start out at the highest height on the left side. On your mat, if you will, Nancy, just like this. Yeah, but closer to the front of the mat, and side by side. There you go. From tabletop position, sweep that right foot forward. Really come to the top of the mat with that right foot. And then hands rest on the block as left hip and thigh are heavy. Yeah. If you want a deeper stretch, move that left knee back a little bit. But find a way to let left hip and thigh be heavy without an enormous amount of weight in the wrists. All right. So we're focusing on left hip, left thigh being heavy and breathing here. Now, if it works for you, you can come to a lower height. Deeper stretch to the left thigh, left hip flexors. Maybe a little tuck in the tailbone if you have any concern about compressing through the lower back. Any concern about lower back. Tuck that tailbone. If this is too much to be down on that lower height, adjust your blocks. Five rounds of breath here. Flowing breath in and out for 5 rounds. And then slowly the hips shift back. Right foot comes back. And we shift the blocks over to the right side of the mat. Again, let's all start here with blocks at the higher height. And left foot comes forward to the way top of the mat so that you can let that right hip and thigh be heavy. Move the blocks closer to you if that's better for you. And let that thigh be heavy. Yeah. Maybe you come down to the lower height. If your arms aren't as long as, let's say, your torso, then higher height is definitely better. If your right thigh is a little bit tight, higher height may be better to start it. Focus on that right thigh and hip. Imagine sending breath there, maybe a slight tuck of the tail. Following breath in and out for 5 more rounds. 5 slow, steady breaths in and out. And then hips shift back. Left knee meets right. And we can shift back to child's pose. Hips pressing back. Decide what to do with your arms. Maybe they're alongside you, or out in cactus, or extended long away from you. Inhale, lift your head. Set your blocks up at the top of your mat. A good amount of space here. And then rest your bolster or cushion if you're at home. On top of your blocks. Now the blocks can be here at this medium height, or they can be higher. Do you ever, Dan, did Christine do them at the higher height yesterday, or this height? I'm thinking it's this height. I'm thinking it's this height. So medium height, and rest your bolster on top. All right. Shift your blanket back so you can rest your head up at the back of your neck. And we're going to rest the calf muscles on the bolster. And then head on your blanket. Let's start out with hands contacting the body. So rest your hands on your hip bones. Hands on hips. And begin to deepen your breath. Following breath as it flows in. Following breath as it flows out. Making any adjustments. So I feel like I want to move a little closer to my bolster. So the bolster is a little closer to the knees, but really not behind the knees. It is the calf muscles that are resting on the bolster. Slowing the breath down. Following the breath as it flows in. And as it flows out. The mind begins to wander. Back to your breath. Again, if you need to make any adjustments, shifting away or closer to the bolster, do that so that you're as comfortable as possible. you're enjoying this position, you can stay here for the next 4 minutes. If you prefer traditional Shavasana, you can set yourself up for that. And deepen your breath. Gently roll your head left and right. Bring a gentle movement to your body. To come out of this shape, when you're ready, knees to chest. And then roll to one side. Pausing. With eyes closed or a soft gaze. Slowly press up into a comfortable seat. Backs of the hands resting in the back. Gentle engagement of abdominals helping you to sit up. Now breath in. Follow breath out. Hands come up to prayer position, thumbs press against the chest. Drop your head. Bowing to self, honoring self. Prayer of gratitude to our body for support.